Okay, girls, I'm gonna tell you what to do when a high value man cheats on you.
This look good.
Pretty Girls Party with Peanut.
What's up, y'all? It's Mulatto, and you know Pretty Girls Party with Peanut.
Yo, it's your player partner 2 Chainz, and right now I'm rocking with Peanut.
What up, dude? It's your boy Peanut, the People's Nut Man, back with another one. Y'all already know what it is, but I still gotta repeat it. I am not a life coach. I am not a dating coach. I am not a guru. I'm just a practitioner of life giving helpful advice. I don't pretend to know shit. I just know what I've been through. Yo, I'm gonna warn you right now. If you're just starting your journey on dealing with females and female nature, and you bought into that lie that all females are just this angelical, virtuous creatures, you might want to click off now, because this young lady in this video is probably going to trigger you and anger you, especially if you just recently been through a breakup and you just was like mind blown by the games or just like the audacity of some of these women. But stay tuned.
Okay, girls, I'm gonna tell you what to do when a high value man cheats on you. So, if you're not having sex with him or you stop having sex with him, he's gonna go out and go cheat, and that's when you can use male nature against him. So, when he comes back to the house, don't start yelling at him, cussing him out, bringing it up, because he's not going to picture himself with you for the next 6 months. He does not need to put up with that. If he's already having other options, he will leave you. So, not just that, but now he knows you're insecure and that your whole...
Let me pause it right quick. Yo, she's a pretty young lady. Have you guys noticed? I know I can't be the only one that noticed that women in the past fought tooth and nail for full autonomy of their bodies and their decisions. But yet, these new modern women, they have an excuse when it's time to accept responsibility or the consequences of their actions. It's always someone else's fault, mainly us, why they do what they do. And it's funny, man. It's just funny that you on one hand you say you want equality and your women are these smarter than men and they're stronger than men, but yet when it's time to accept the negative consequences, you either get the fake cry or something else to alleviate, to alleviate some of those the repercussions of your decisions that you make. And it's I know it gets frustrating to a lot of us men that you be like, yo, this is what you guys fought for. And now that you have it, it's always this gray area, this ambiguously deceptive way to maneuver out of the consequences if they're negative. Like, oh, it's always this gray area. Have you ever noticed that a lot of women do leave everything like open to interpretation or open for discussion? Is never a yes or no. It's never a true or false. It's always a long monologue of why it should or couldn't be, instead of just being direct and straight to the point. But that's female nature. So the big difference between men and women, men are very overt with our way we speak with one another and just how we address the world. Women are very covert when they address each other and us as men and the world. But let's jump back into with this girl.
Secure and that your whole world revolves around him and you have nothing else going on. So what I suggest is you make up a plan in your head, like, okay, I'm gonna leave him in 3 months, but during these 3 months I'm gonna take as much money as I can from him and cheat at the same time. Do not tell him you're cheating. Whatever you're doing, don't tell him you're cheating. But it will help you sleep better at night, knowing, damn, I'm also cheating on this guy and getting paid from him. That's the biggest difference. So when you do walk away, you're walking away as a cheating ass bitch with 20K cash. So now you have the upper hand. And always remember this, girl, whoever you cheat on with, remember, make sure he has more money. Make sure he's a way more valuable guy than the one you have, because we're always upgrading. So remember, if he cheats on you, the only difference is that you're getting paid and you're cheating on him with a better guy, and you end up leaving with the bankroll.
I'm pretty sure that you guys picked up in that video that she has a very immature way of thinking or dealing with relationships and men. But you rather deal with and play these mind games and do all of these things to manipulate men to extract more resources from them. And it's just crazy that she has this immature mindset that all men are this dumb or all men are going to just tolerate what she's doing because she's pretty and they want to be with her. And then To her, like if she's dealing with really rich man, I'm pretty sure that $20,000 is not a lot of money for him. But she can't buy back her dignity. He's gonna make more money, but she can't get back her dignity. I don't want to look. I don't want to start any controversy right now. But how many of you have noticed that once they have made a decision and it didn't pan out the way they want, Aziz Ansari, they have this little wiggle room that's out where they can be like, well, it wasn't this. I didn't do this. It seems that some women, I'm not going to say all, they leave this gray area because they don't want to take on the full responsibility of having the freedom to choose and make the decisions that you make. Men, we inherently know this. If we don't do certain things, you don't get certain things. If you do certain things, you get certain things. Consequences. Consequences does not mean negative or positive. It just means the results of your actions. And a lot of women, again, words matter, but to them, it makes them feel a certain way. Because if you bring up consequences, oh, that's a negative thing. Like, no, consequences are not negative. It's results of your actions. That's all consequence mean. But to them, it feels like you're trying to say something negative towards them. Man, if you pay attention to this video and many other videos like this, or just look at social media, TikTok, all this TikTok dating advice, a lot of these women have a short-sighted view of relationships. They don't go into thinking long-term. They go in and thinking, okay, I need to extract as much as I can from this man and then move on to the next one. And they don't want to accept the consequences of their actions once they do these things. Because you see that she's saying she's trying to one up and go to the next level. But at what level do you stop doing that? And when does that stop being feasible for you? A lot of women don't believe. They think they're going to be young and pretty forever. I was just looking at a picture of Free. I'm dating myself. If you look at 106 in Park, Free, she was bad back in the day. Not saying she's not a lovely older woman now, but she does not look as pretty as she did when she was on 106 in Park. She does not look as attractive as she used to when you're young. So women feeding other women this advice, it's a dangerous game that all of you guys are playing. Because at some point, the game come to an end. At some point, you're going to roll snake eyes. At some point, the house is going to win and take their money back from you. So a lot of women that like to play this game that I'm going to manipulate this man, I'm going to get all these things, you're playing a dangerous game. But when it comes to giving up our resources just because you're pretty or something like that, a lot of us be like, yo, bump that. We take on the ism rather than doing the simp. We gonna move like pimps. We gonna move and understand female nature and understand that a lot of them weaponize their tears. So you gotta be smart. You gotta be grounded in truth. You gotta be unwavering in your feelings and emotions and your decisions, because they depend on our male nature to want to save and protect those around us in our circle. So I caution my young ladies, be very, 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 very cautious. Because these young ladies do not tell you the negative or the downside of doing what they're doing or their actions. Because you're playing a very dangerous games. You're playing a very dangerous game with men and men emotions. An emotional man is a dangerous man too. I'm going to keep saying that. So you do not want to deal in that. You may get away with it for a little bit, but eventually it will catch up with you. My young ladies out there, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that this young lady is justified in her actions? Because a lot of women do believe that they're justified in treating men the way they treat them because of the patriarchy and everything like that. But this your boy Peanut the People's Nut, man. Until next time. Peace.
Yeah. Shawty, she came with a purry. She making me nervous. I look calm on the service. I look good on the service. Shawty, she came with a purry. She making me nervous. I look calm on the service, man.